What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Life Coach Jeff Releford, coming to you with another episode of Changing the Narrative. Y'all know it's not just me on the game. It's not just me. We got my boy here too. Mr. Changing the Narrative himself. Let me bring about that. We're going to introduce what we're going to talk about today. Let's hit it. Boom. What it do, Baskin?
What's going on, brother? How you doing today?
I'm great, my man. I'm great. What about you?
All is well. We still in the land of the living. I can't
There you
complain.
go. I heard that, brother. I heard that. That's what it do. So, yeah, me and you was talking early and such, man, and we was talking about what we wanted to actually hit on for the day. And you was like, hey, man, we could put these next couple episodes on you. And I'm sitting up here like, dang, what we gonna talk about? Brother got to get to thinking and everything. He laid it on a brother thick, but I said, you know what? Let's talk about controlling your emotions. Because it's a lot of stuff we go through on a day to day, and with us going through these things on a day to day, we be hit left, right, up, down with just stuff, you know. So I really want to hit on the points of like how not just I deal with stuff. We could segue into how I deal with it, but we talk about your dialysis, the different things you do in life and everything. How do you, my man, balance that emotion?
Man, excuse me. To be honest, I really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's a lot, man. I don't really think about it.
Okay.
I know that with the dialysis thing, man, I'm over it, bro. Like I'm at a point where I'm just tired.
Mm-hmm.
Tired of going, you know what I'm saying? I want to get this transplant, but
Yeah.
I also know that, you know what I'm saying, if I don't go, what'll happen to me. So with
Facts.
those emotions, I actually just had this conversation with my nurse practitioner
Okay.
about these issues that I'm having. You know what I'm saying? And I try not to be rude. I try not to be disrespectful, man. But you got to understand,
Mm-hmm.
from my point of view, how tiring it is. And I
Yeah.
still got other things that I have to do. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I got other obligations as a father. As a husband. Going
Mm-hmm.
to work. So it's rough, man. But I know that getting emotionally involved, and I mean, caught up and wrapped up in that stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be in a nut house. It'll drive you
Facts.
insane, man. So I just do
Mm-hmm.
other things to try to, protect my peace. Cause that's it's rough, man. You know, I'm
Okay.
in a funk right now. I can honestly admit I don't really want to go.
Okay.
But, it's consequences and repercussions for my actions. I don't go. I know what's gonna come. I get sick. Maybe I'm fluid overload, and they got to take a lot out. A lot of the fluid off, and they do that. You get extremely weak.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take, it'll knock you, sit you on your butt, man. So I just
Yeah.
have to, always, like I say, I don't know how I do it, but the one thing that I do know is I have to keep those emotions in check, because
Mm-hmm.
that trickles down to every aspect of my life. You know what I'm saying? If I don't, I'm upset. Maybe
Yeah.
be a little rage in there. Then I come home acting crazy with my wife and yelling at my kids. You know what I'm saying? Beating my
Mm-hmm.
dog. So just got to keep it all in perspective. Try to keep it all in check and know
Mm-hmm.
that, especially me being a husband and being, we supposed to be the head of the house.
Mm-hmm.
My
There you go.
kids seeing that, and I got my son in the house. You know, my job is to kind of show him how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Provide the things that he need to become,
Mm-hmm.
to become a young man and then change into a grown man. So got to be careful with that as well. So if he see me nutting up and acting silly because of
Mm-hmm.
how I feel about my dialysis that I have to do,
Yeah.
then he gonna think that's cool. And treating his mother bad and treating his siblings bad, he gonna
Okay.
cool. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Every action has a reaction, so you got to be mindful of that. Then I got daughters. You know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
bro.
I'm in
Yeah.
here acting silly with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then that becomes the norm. That's how they think that men's supposed to treat women, because they see their dad doing it to their mom. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Uh-huh.
then we're gonna get last to my kids. If I act like that with my kids, guess what that leads to? Bullying, maybe acting out, maybe, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Anything. They could turn to anything. Resentment.
Mm-hmm.
Then they end up growing up and they in abusive relationships. They think it's cool to be in a relationship with a man that put his hands on you or talk to you any kind of way. So, that's why
Mm-hmm.
I keep myself emotionally intact, try to at least, because I know it's so many on so many different levels
Yeah.
people are affected by it.
Oh yeah, you already know, bro. And I love how you tied in everything. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Because that's what we have to remember when we're trying to control our emotions, man. That everything is connected in some
Right.
type of way. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And
Yeah.
that's why I always like to tell people, man, you got to be mindful of how the things you do affect other people. And
Right.
some things are indirect. You know what I mean? Some things you kind of won't end up seeing until somebody tells you, and then you kind of have to evaluate how you would move. You know what I mean? In certain situations, maybe you could move a little different. You know what I mean? But with moving different also comes thinking different too. But I like how you tied in everything, because you got to show people, man, that especially with what you go through, man, it's the emotional roller coaster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some, like you even told me, some days you up, some days you down. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna be real with you, man. We've had a lot of great up days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With me and you just talking and just like vibing before the show. My man, funny, he was what he did. He
Real,
play his
man.
music, man. He play his music. He
Yeah.
be in the
I'm not coming.
background.
I'm not coming on without having my little concert, man. I like to
Yeah.
relax, get in that zone where when we get to talking, it's organic and it just come
Hmm.
out how it needs to. Well, Jeff, on the other hand, man, you would think he don't hear nothing. Whatever he got to do, he doing. He checking mics, he looking at backgrounds, he trying to make sure everything is right. I'm like, bro, can you hear me? He be like, yeah, I hear you. Oh, I don't know nothing about that, bro. Okay. And he can doing what he doing. So I done had a whole concert, vibed out. You know what I'm saying? Bro ain't missed a beat. So it's
Hmm.
crazy, what we do to prepare. But when
Yeah.
it's lights, camera, action, it's game time. All that go out the window. We're gonna
Yeah.
discuss what we need to discuss in a proper manner.
There you go.
As
And when you
gentlemen
when
do.
Yeah, as gentlemen do, man. And when you look at it, and when you look at it, like we got two different styles of doing something. Two
Uh-huh.
different styles of doing something, but we still reach the same common goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that when we start talking about how we control our emotions, how we do things, especially, I'm gonna be real, man, especially in marriage. Like, dog,
Yeah.
my man, I am learning that more and more as time goes on. Uh, when you want to build a healthy marriage and relationship with somebody, you know, you have to really be flexible in a way, to really where you have to try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being like, I'm not living your life. I don't know the situations you go through because you dealing with different stuff internally. But
Right.
one thing I'm learning is that you don't ever have to cut off your window of understanding.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel that
Yeah.
that window of understanding, it opens up a different level in terms of controlling your emotions, because now you're able to empathize
Hmm.
with somebody. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's
Oh
like how
yeah, I
me and
know.
you had our exchange. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm able to empathize with you because of you having that dialogue with me. You know, even to the point to where, what was that? That was a couple weeks ago, last week, when you was at dialysis, and you was showing me the steps. You was explaining the steps of how he disconnect
Right.
everything.
Right.
You
Right.
know, lines, hoses, all that. So I'm like, man, I was intrigued by that, bro. I was taken aback by that. I didn't know what to think, man. I'm still kind of speechless to even look at it because, like you said, it's dangerous. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It
Yeah.
has things have the potential to go wrong. But my man just sitting there, chilling, arm out, rapping with dude. Hey man, take care. You know, directing traffic. You know,
Hey, I'm the captain of this shit, bro.
say that again, brother. Let the people know in
I'm
the back.
I'm the captain of this ship. You know, yeah, he's there to do a job,
Yeah.
but you know, it's my body, and I'm obligated to know my body well enough to let him know what exactly to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to. I ain't man, no. That's just like going to a car dealership, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And saying that you're looking for a car and letting the car salesman just sell you anything, put you in the car,
Mm-hmm.
sign it up, you finna pay it. No, sir, ain't happening. I'm gonna explore my options. Let me see
There you
something
go.
else. What's the
There you
prices?
go.
I need something in my price range. That's how I feel
Mm-hmm.
about my body. You know what I'm saying? Because this is
Yeah.
my temple and I had to protect it. And it's already, beat up. So I got to protect what I got left. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but all of that ties back to the emotional part of it.
Yeah.
You gotta be, I try to, be even keeled. Like I said, I'm in the middle of a spat, or not so much a spat, but just not feeling this dialysis thing right now, and just
Yeah.
really wishing that I can get this kidney, man. Like, I just want a regular life, bad in a bad way, but excuse me, I know it takes time, so that's what I'm
I
dealing
feel you.
with, man. So, I have to try to keep it all in perspective, especially with my
Mm-hmm.
emotions, because like it's me and my son. We the only men in the house. It's two men, and the rest is
Okay.
women. Women are emotional. I got a woman, I
Mm-hmm.
got a teenager, I got a preteen,
Yeah.
and I got a baby. All the different phases of
Mm-hmm.
adolescence.
Yeah.
But this
Definitely.
is something that I had to learn. It hasn't always been like this.
Okay.
My emotions hadn't always been intact, where
Mm-hmm.
I can, comfortably speak about it. Excuse
Yeah.
me. There was a time where I let my emotions get the best of me, and it, was destroying my marriage,
Mm-hmm.
messing up my relationship with my kids. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Different things that I, excuse me, had going on.
Mm-hmm.
It abruptly ended.
Okay.
All of that plays a factor in it, man. It all ties together. And if you just look
Definitely.
at it, you take a second to, think about things and how it go, you be like, dang, that is true. So you got to keep them emotions together, man. It all ties in.
Yeah. And I would like to think that, a part of that is being able to analyze, like we had mentioned earlier about talking about how you have to be able to know how your actions affect other people. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't have the ability to peel back the layer and look at yourself,
Mm-hmm.
then what's the point? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have the wherewithal or the mental aptitude to even tell yourself, look, man, I screw up too.
Mm-hmm.
It's as, to me, it's as simple as that. I know it's some real stubborn people out here in the world. It's some people that believe they be right about everything. You feel me, dog? And I know you encountered those people as well as I have. And it's like there's no shifting or there's no swaying. It's kind of like that world revolves around them mentality, and that's not how it should be. You know what I mean? It's wild, man. But you got to be able to analyze yourself. Like, I want to ask you this question, bro.
Okay.
So in order to like get your thoughts in line, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
What type of steps do you take? How do you analyze yourself? Put me in the mind of Armand. Like when you look at a certain situation and you trying to really pay attention to it, how do you go about analyzing your own emotions and different things of that nature?
Man, I can't tell you that. Can't tell you. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I can't
I
tell
feel
you
you,
that.
man. Yeah.
That's like me telling you or you telling me your dream. Guess why you should never do that?
I
Because
come.
I could possibly try to tear you down and belittle you for why you dreaming about that. That ain't gonna never happen. Or I could be like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, and try to steal your idea.
Okay.
Or, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We can talk and maybe my vibe, my karma and all of that and my energy is bad. So it's like a cloud is over you. Man, I just don't trust it, man. But
Okay.
I can't tell you how I think, man, and what if I it just depends on the person though, for real. That's the
Okay.
only thing I can tell you. You know, my
Okay.
thing
Yeah,
is
that
that
makes sense.
the one
Yeah.
thing that I will tell you, you know, for
Mhm.
me
Yeah.
is how somebody act the first time you meet them.
Like what's that you always tell us? You only got one time to do what?
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression.
There it is, brother. There it
So
is.
if you dealing with if you meet somebody and
Mhm.
it's a person that you're gonna be dealing with, you know, on a consistent basis,
Yeah.
and they get and their vibe is off, or something they
Mhm.
do is red flaggish, or you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, make you stop and be like,
Mhm.
that's all I can give you. But that's how I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I don't judge a person, but I'm a pretty good judge of character. So our first encounter gonna let me know a lot, maybe
Mhm.
everything I need to know about you. I just let you fill in the blanks.
And you know what? That's true. Because the thing is, what people got to realize is when you sifting through people, trying to figure
Mm-hmm.
out who you can trust, who you can talk to, who you want to be your friend, all that other stuff like that. You know, that character does mean a lot, yo.
Yeah.
You know that first time you meet somebody, that interaction,
Mm-hmm.
them first words like hello. You know what I mean? Somebody can say hello to you pretty crappy, and that throw off the vibe. And they could be a good person. But you know what I mean? But it's just like, you might have the ability to let your emotions run you a little bit more than the next person. So what I choose to do is I just choose to separate. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So
you know what the worst thing is?
what's up?
A rushed hello. Or like a yeah,
Mm.
whatever. Hello. Oh yeah. Hey, how you man, what? You ain't got two
Okay,
seconds. Hey, how you the introduction means a lot. You know, like I rush one, like somebody like you just got so much to do.
that's true.
That's how you treat a person you just now meeting. You don't know what
Hmm.
my credentials are. You don't know who I am. I could be an executive of a billion-dollar
Hmm.
company. You know what I'm saying?
That's
A
true.
million-dollar corporation. You never know, man. So your
Yeah,
approach means everything.
facts. I agree with that, man.
But
I
and
agree with
these
that.
are things that I've learned. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad
Yeah.
he tried to teach me this stuff. He was trying his best to instill that type of stuff in me, but I was
Hmm.
hard headed for different reasons. So,
Okay.
like I said, it's all trial and error, bumping your head and finally listening to what people have to tell you, man. You don't know everything. I know I don't. I
Hmm.
don't know everything. So I tend to try to listen and I ask questions because I'm not too good to ask somebody something that I don't know.
There it is. And I like that segue you went into, man, about asking the questions. Because a lot of time, and that rolls back to what we said before about that understanding. You know what I mean? I hope the viewers and the listeners kind of understand that when you're controlling your emotions, it's steps that you can go through. You know what I mean? Some of these steps are in us already. You know what I mean? To do. It's a natural ability. You know what I mean? To look, to analyze sometimes, unless you're just real gullible. You know what I mean? And there are people who don't ask questions because they don't want to ask questions because they don't want to offend anybody. But if what I've learned is if you ask the question with the intent not to offend, you can easily explain it. And then what you do is if that person is offended, instead of pulling you to the side and say, "Hey, man, I kind of didn't like how you said that." You know what I mean? I kind of feel you could have went a different way. They just fly off the handle. That's another good indicator of like, all right, because I've seen how. Let's put it this way: I've seen how other people will treat other people, and then you see how they treat you, and then when you see how they treat you, it turns into you know what I mean? It turns into some crazy. Nova must be acting a fool, ain't she? I see. I know.
No, no, that was that was my daughter. She coming down asking if she can have a cupcake. I'm like, baby, we recording. So yes, Harper, get you a cupcake.
There you go.
All
Man, look here. Don't say we raw here. We let people see what's going on. Listen, we are family men. You know what I mean? There are certain
Most,
things we have to tend to.
most
So
definitely.
you know, shoot, child,
Sorry, but I'm
that,
sorry, not sorry. That's my baby,
there you go. You better cater to that baby. Let her have that cupcake, damn
man.
it.
She know what time it is. Sorry
There you go.
about that.
You know,
Finish what you're saying,
nah,
bro.
you good, man. You good. I still got it. It's like, but you know, I've seen how other people can do, how other people can treat others. You know what I mean? And you say, okay, you have the ability to treat them a certain way. And some people, I've heard people say strictly, well, I'll treat you like crap because I don't know you from Adam. Well, dang. All right, homie. I don't know you either, but I'm gonna show you some humility. You know what I mean?
People don't care, man. People don't care.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Hmm.
People don't care. They rude. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And everybody got that "you owe me" attitude or that whatever mentality. I'm like, man, all right.
Facts, bro.
It's a lot of people like that, and it's like the world is crazy. It's a weird place right now. We're in like a weird space. So you better control your emotions because the young boys out here, they don't care. They think we
Hmm.
on Call of Duty.
Bruh, who you telling? Who you
Man,
telling? You looking at the wrong way, something gonna pop off, man. It's wild.
they don't ask no questions.
Hmm. They
So
showing and telling for real.
yeah, I mean, sad to say, but
Yeah.
that's just the way the world is set up right now, man. And our
Hmm.
society is just, man, we in a
Yeah.
bad way, but gotta I try to control my emotions because, like I say, these people that
Hmm.
man, people are you don't know what their mindset is, so gotta be cautious.
Facts. That's
Gotta be
exactly what
cautious
it is, man. Being
because
cautious out here.
yeah, you definitely have to, definitely.
Hmm. So yeah, man, it's just like, once we move on through, once again, I'm gonna remind y'all what y'all listening to. This is Changing Narrative Podcast. And please pay attention to that marquee on the bottom. I'm saying this before we get done. Pay attention to the marquee on the bottom because that's very key, people. I don't have to read it for you. Y'all know how to read. I trust y'all abilities here. I do. I really do. But back to the see, that's me controlling my emotions. I'm putting my trust into y'all nah, I'm just messing with y'all. I'm gonna leave that low. But yeah, man, like we talking about we talk about these emotions, man, and I hope that the people see how everything once again is just tied in because it's real life. You know what I mean? So with it being real life, these are certain aspects and things that we can all relate to on some type of level. Oh, excuse me. Oh man, dang. All right. When they say you yawn, that don't mean you tired. That just means you're not getting enough oxygen to the brain. You know. So I'm not tired. I'm just not getting enough oxygen to the brain. That's my body telling me what it needs to do right now. But yeah, man, it's something out here. And I hope that people learn more how to manage and control. We didn't give no steps or no guides. But the thing is, it's just one of those things. We want to show y'all that it is a normal thing. It's a
Mm-hmm.
normal process. Everybody uh, goes through it differently in terms of having to control your emotions. I could just tell you shut up and be quiet, but that ain't gonna work for the next person. The next
Right,
person
that's
might
true.
have to go and actually talk. They might have to get it out. So let's say, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, sometimes when I talk, like y'all know how I go. Yeah, if y'all listen to my redirect, regroup, refocus stuff, y'all know how I go. I sit up here, I believe in God. I tell y'all that all the time. You know what I mean? I don't care what everybody else believe in, but I know what I do. So what I do is, if I can't talk out a certain situation to that person, I talk to God about it. Have a conversation. Just be like, Lord, this is how I'm feeling, man. And I unload. He definitely gets some cuss words in there. He definitely gets some stuff that I'm not gonna say to somebody else, or I don't want to say somebody else because I will say that to a person. You know what I mean? If they have an
Uh-huh.
ear, but I won't say that initially to that person who I had the situation with because that
Right.
adds more fuel to the fire. You know. So controlling your emotions also has to deal with you learning what to say and how to say it, knowing what to
Right.
say and how to say it.
Right.
So I say whatever I got to say to God real quick. And then
Mm-hmm.
by the time it trickles down and everything is cooled off, now I can bring something together, and it's not gonna be as wild. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
'Cause I'd have my time to chill. So like I said, that's just a step that I take. I don't know what other people on the other side let me take. But that's what Life Coach Jeff do.
That's what's up.
Uh-huh.
That's cool, man. Yeah, it's possible to control it, man. You just have to,
Mm-hmm.
just like anything else, man. You got to put effort into it. You got to actually practice it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to try to change or try to keep them in check, rather.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not something that's just gonna happen. You gotta try.
Say that again. You got to do what, sir?
You have to try. It's not gonna just happen, man. You gotta try.
Thank you.
Real simple. You
Thank
have to
you.
try. So
Because a lot of times people don't want to try.
yeah.
Because that's what fear is too.
Yep.
Fear is
Yes,
that
sir.
it's because you don't want to try, because you like, okay, do I have to? I've had people tell me, if I do this, I'm scared how I might change.
Right.
Why are you scared to change in a positive way? Especially if it's positive. Why are you scared to change the positive? Are you scared that you're gonna leave the old person behind that much? You're
Right.
too nervous to actually leave something. Like, come on now. It ain't that bad, y'all. Let me refrain from that. I'm not gonna say that it's that bad, but I don't know how that come up. What just happened? But anyway, but I'm not gonna say it's that bad for the viewer. But the thing is, it's not that it's that bad for the viewer. It's that you can do it. That's what I'm trying to say, dog. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yes,
trying
sir.
to say it's that bad for the viewer, but it's the fact that you can do it. So I think that's what people need to know. That's what people need to understand, that you can actually do it. So yeah, I think I had to say that right, because you know how it is. Them ear hustlers, man. They be out here trying to twist them words up, man.
They and professionals at it. Professionals. They had a whole opposite of what you said.
Ate it, bro. A whole
The
option.
whole opposite. A whole different story. You like, I said that? They don't even sound like me.
Exactly. So I had to cover my tracks a little bit. You heard how I took that pause in between? I was like, well,
Yes,
hold
sir.
on. Yeah, man. This is out here. This is a good thing. So how you feel about this episode, dog? How you feel about it? How you feel?
I feel pretty good, man. I think,
Mm-hmm.
I was able to elaborate my feelings, and how I do things. And
Yeah.
yeah. And the more we talk, the more things that I thought about and how I deal with different things. So I think it went well, as
Okay.
far as us conversing and you drawing different stuff out of me. So I think it
Yeah.
was pretty cool. Hopefully, it'll help somebody. That's all. That's every time, that's all we want. We just need one person. One
Yeah.
person to tell somebody and tell somebody to check it out. And they're like, man, these dudes is dope. We getting there, though.
Yeah. We getting there.
We on the
That's
way.
all it is. Nah, man, we already there. We already on the way. We just people, we got people ain't ready to get into the untapped potential.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But
Yes,
all right,
sir.
y'all. Shoot, if that will be all for us, if that's it, if you wanna put in some words of wisdom for the people, you got anything
That's what
for them?
you do, bro. Go ahead
Oh,
on,
that's what
Life
I
Coach.
do.
Man,
Okay,
you
well,
got
this
30
one,
seconds.
I
Take us
got
home.
30 seconds. I'm gonna take y'all home. I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm gonna say, look here. Whenever it comes to dealing with these situations or these moments, okay, uh, just always remember, don't be afraid to take a step back and see how you are doing something. And if somebody brings something to your attention or to your corner, don't be afraid to say, hey, maybe that could be me. Because there's a slight chance that possibly it could be you. So here we are again, people. We are done. We have another episode of Changing Narrative in the books. And remember, we love y'all. We got to
For sure.
rep out our people. VNO Podcast Network. VNO Network. We got to shout them out because that's who we
Yes, sir.
affiliated with. We
Yes,
got
sir.
Ryan Reed on, who does the VNO podcast. I'm gonna do a shameless plug for Redirect, Regroup, Refocus, because we a trifecta here. This how
Most
we roll.
definitely.
And, you know,
Yeah.
I shout out my people at Dope Living TV Live. You know what I
Most
mean? Go
definitely.
check them out too. Check us out. You know, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. You know, on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, YouTube. You know, so there it is, y'all. So this is changing the narrative with who?
Mr. Changing the Narrative himself, Armond Baskin.
There it
And
is.
who?
And other way, brother, other way. That and Life Coach Jeff Releford. There it is. Life Coach Jeff Releford. We signing off, and we'll see y'all next time.
P and
Peace
O.
out, y'all.